Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are tuning in from around the world. My name is Daniel Islam. I'm going to be the one sharing the information today. And just before I do, let me give a quick introduction of myself. I'm originally born and raised in the UK. I'm basically married with 9 children. I've been a business owner before. I've owned grocery shops. I've owned mechanic businesses, fixing cars. And what I realized with traditional business, or what I felt myself, was it was taking a lot of my time. And having, so many children, I wanted to have more time freedom. And I started to look at different ways of making money. And I came across something called passive income, residual income, which basically means that you do the job one time, but you keep getting paid over and over again. And right now, I sound a little bit down because I've just had a flu for over 5 days. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because while I was in bed recovering, I was still getting paid over and over again. And this is the power of residual income. It keeps coming, whether you work or not, whether you're healthy or not, whether you're even alive or not, the residual income keeps coming. And what we're going to share with you today is how you can currently improve your financial situation with not only passive income and residual income, but multiple income streams. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight to my desktop, and I just want to talk about a few things about the project that we're going to be sharing with you today, because I like to, whenever I look at a project or an investment or any type of opportunity, I like to look at who's behind the project. I like to look at what the actual product is, to make sure that it's a real product. I like to look at the process of how do I get involved, how do I make money from this, and I also look to look at the potential of how much or how big this can be for me. So what I want to do is start with, excuse me, the people behind the company. So you can go to their website, mininggrid.com. And these are the 4 gentlemen, the 4 visionaries that have started this project back in 2022. And they basically created a revolutionary concept and opportunity for each and every one of us to take advantage from. So you've got Sheikh Saeed bin Hash Al Maktoum. He's the grandson of the royal family over in Dubai. From the Maktoum family. We've got Salman Al Rifai. He's basically used to work for the UN. He's an investment banker by profession. Then we have Rami Al Sirudi. He's a high-level coder and IT technician, used to work at high-level Dell Computers. And then we have Ali Saeed Abu Zinjal, who's a robotics and cybersecurity engineer. And he advises many institutions, even on TV, about cybersecurity and data protection. So what I'm trying to show you here is that we have very credible and capable people that are leading this project. So what is the product? Now, you may have heard of a lot in the news or the media or social media about cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency before last year was really just, people who believed in it, and people like myself and other people that just believed in it. And we tried to invest in different, types of cryptocurrencies. But since last year, something happened that really changed the game. And I want to go to that straight away, which is it's the Bitcoin ETF approval. So January the 10th last year, the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, they actually approved the regulation of Bitcoin for governments and, financial institutions, banks and hedge funds to all jump into Bitcoin, because before last year, it wasn't regulated for them. And this is massive in the world of crypto. Now, the one I'm going to be talking about today, let me just refresh this, is Bitcoin. And this is a website called coinmarketcap.com, where it shows you hundreds and hundreds of different cryptocurrencies. You can see Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, XRP, Solana, many, many different cryptos in the market, hundreds and hundreds and even thousands of different cryptos that you can, check up about and read up about. But I want to draw your attention to number one. The king of all kings, the daddy of all cryptos, which is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is number one because it's the world's first cryptocurrency. It started in 2009, and nothing's been able to stop it. Nothing's been able to compromise it or hack it or, change it. And the same Bitcoin that started in 2009 is the exact same Bitcoin that we have today. And just to show you how big this is, just over $2 trillion has actually gone into the transactions of Bitcoin since it started. And just in the last 24 hours, you can see $36 billion has been gone into transactions in the Bitcoin market. Now, one of the very important things about Bitcoin of why not only is it valuable, but it keeps increasing in value is that the supply of it is limited. So right now we have 19.87 million Bitcoin in circulation around the world. Some people are holding it in their possession. Some people have lost their possession of their Bitcoin. But basically there's only 19.87 million Bitcoins in circulation in the world right now. And there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoins ever produced. So every single person in the world has to share one or parts of these 21 million Bitcoins, okay? And this is something that Bitcoin is the financial standard of many governments around the world now. We've heard of the president of the United States of America talking about making Bitcoin the financial reserve of the country, and many other countries are going to follow suit as well. So what's interesting about this is that more and more people start to use and adopt Bitcoin, but there's going to be still the limited amounts of Bitcoin, which is 21 million. So when you have something that is more and more in demand, but the supply of it is still limited, that's why the price has to keep going up. And this is why we call it digital gold. And just to show you how big Bitcoin is compared to, companies and assets that you probably have heard of, you can go to companies' market cap and you can see rank number one, gold, 22 trillion. Then we have Microsoft, 3.4 trillion, Nvidia, Apple, everyone knows about Apple, Amazon. Bitcoin is number 6. Okay, and just to put that into perspective, Google is number 7, silver is number 8. Keep going down, Tesla number 12, Visa number 17, MasterCard 21, Netflix 22. Keep going down, Coca-Cola 34. Keep going down, T-Mobile 41. Keep going all the way down. You can see L'Oreal 62, McDonald's 65, and even HSBC Bank 71. So Bitcoin in such a short time has made it up to the rank of 6 out of the world's biggest assets and companies, and it's only started in 2009. So we're really going to see the Bitcoin going up the ladder all the way probably to number 1 or number 2 spot. We don't know if it's going to overtake gold, but definitely the companies it will overtake in time. Now, going to the process now, guys. So because we've talked about the people, we've talked about the product, which is Bitcoin, and now we're going to talk about the process. So myself, I've been involved in crypto for about 7 years, and I always heard something called Bitcoin mining. And I tried to look into it. You had to see, you had to decide what machines to buy, how much electricity it's going to cost you to run them, where to host them in farms or at your home, how to connect it to the blockchain, to different pools. And there was many different aspects that you had to know and understand to get into Bitcoin mining. And, for me, it was very, very complicated. So I didn't get involved. And I've been in crypto for over 7 years. And most of the world is like this. They know that, or they've heard of Bitcoin, but when it comes to mining Bitcoin, they have no idea. And this is what this application has come to solve this problem, and bring Bitcoin to the masses. So I call this a disruptive application, because this industry has been around since 2009. But just like the taxi industry, the delivery industry, the hotel and accommodation industry has been around for many, many decades, applications such as Uber, Airbnb, Booking.com, Deliveroo, Just Eat, these applications came along and disrupted those industries. And that's why they are billion-dollar industries right now, or billion-dollar applications, because they made it very accessible for people to get involved. And this is exactly the same with mining race application that's available on the App Store, available on Google Play as well. Now, why is it disruptive? Because it's taking a very complicated industry and making it very accessible to anybody that can download the application and just make a purchase online, which most people can these days. A disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. You're going to do your own due diligence. You're going to make sure that you are understanding what you're coming into and do your own checks and your own research. That's highly recommended. Now, we've talked about why Bitcoin, its limited supply, world's first cryptocurrency, established and secure network. We've talked about the founders, and you don't even need to take my word for it, guys. This is public news. There's over 300 plus press releases about the recognition of mining race, the credibility, the sustainability, all the different accolades that they've received. In fact, our founders of mining race was just in Las Vegas a few weeks ago, speaking on stage with the likes, alongside the likes of Eric Trump, Donald Trump's son, who's very, big in the world of finance, on the stage alongside Michael Saylor, and many different big individuals. Our founders was on that same stage as well, and they are constantly speaking on big stages representing the industry of Bitcoin and especially Bitcoin mining. So you can go and check out all the media coverage. They've been in many media outlets. They've even been on CNN. So you don't need to take my word for it, guys. You can go and do your own research. One of the proud recognitions that we achieved was we got recognized as the leading tech startup in the UAE by Dubai Chambers of Commerce. And they went around the world, speaking. They had interviews with Dubai Chambers of Commerce that you can see on YouTube. And they went to speak to different countries' chambers of commerce, talking about financial systems and blockchain. And this is, one of the reasons why many governments around the world are starting to adopt Bitcoin and the financial system of blockchain. Now, here's when they went to London, and it was with, the Chambers of Commerce over there, explaining about, the different financial systems. Now, what is the difference between buying Bitcoin and mining Bitcoin? Because just like if you was going to go on holiday, you can exchange your pounds or your dollars or your fiat currency for Bitcoin through an exchange. Just like you exchange your money for different currencies in the world through an exchange, you can also do that through a crypto exchange and change your fiat currencies into parts of Bitcoin or even Bitcoins themselves. And when you do that, just like you change your fiat currency to another country's fiat currency, you pay a premium, you pay a fee. And in most crypto exchanges, you pay up to around 4%. So you're already in kind of like a temporary loss. Then you have to wait for the Bitcoin price to keep rising before you break even, and then rise even more before you start to make profit. And that's same with anything. Like if you buy stocks and shares or you buy gold, you're going to pay some kind of premium. You're going to have to wait for the price to go up before you start to realize profits. So that obviously can be very volatile. Bitcoin it can go up, it can go down, and many people, they get scared, they get emotional, and they buy high and they sell low. So it's not the best way to accumulate Bitcoin. What's better than that is being involved in actually creating Bitcoin. So just like, for example, you can go to work for money, or you can just get up, every day, switch on, a money printing machine, and it prints money all day for you. You can just do that if you wanted to. I know which one I would be rather doing. So mining Bitcoin is very similar to just turning a money printing machine on, because it's involved in bringing new Bitcoin into circulation. Let me give an example what mining actually is. So if I was to send money from my bank to your bank, there's going to be a central bank system that's going to verify those transactions. So you can't turn around to me and say you didn't send me the money. I can't turn around to you and say I sent it when I really didn't. So the central bank, verifies that transaction just to make sure that there's transparency and security, that people who are sending and receiving money are actually, sending and receiving it. Now, when it comes to crypto, there's no banking system because the banks don't control crypto. And this is why crypto is so powerful, because it's controlled by the people, not by central governments. And that basically still needs a verification process. If I was going to send you some Bitcoin, you obviously need to know that I'm the one that's sending it you. I need to know that you've received it. So there has to be a verification process of those transactions. And what that basically is the industry of mining. So miners which is not shovels and spades that are digging the ground like you mine gold. No, miners have powerful computers that basically verify these transactions that are going on every single day. And if you remember when I showed you here on the website, that just in the last 24 hours, there's been $35 billion worth of Bitcoin transactions that needed verifying. Okay, so we're always in business 24 hours around the clock, and we don't have to do the work, guys. All we do is have to invest in the computer power, because it's powerful computers that do the verifying or the mining for us. And it's a lot more profitable, and it's a lot less risky as well. In fact, on average, you're going to make around about 5 to 6% a month, approximately around 18% in 90 days. So even if the Bitcoin price was to go down by 18%, you're still going to be well above your, initial entry phase, because you're making money every single day, basically. Now, the application, it's full transparency. It has full transparency, full security. It comes with what we call a non-custodial wallet. And what that basically is that if you take the banks, for example, the banks have custody of your money. So if you want to send someone money and the bank doesn't like who you're sending it to or how much you're sending or where you're sending it to, the bank has the power to stop that transaction. And even more, if the government wants to get involved and, investigate your account or whatever, they have the power to even take the money off you, because it's not your money, it's the bank's money, and they have custody of it. So how this is different here is we have a non-custodial wallet, which means that you are the only one that can control those funds. You are the only one that is able to access those funds, should I say. And let's say you want to send any amount of money up to, any amount, $1 million, anywhere in the world. It's going to get there within minutes, not days like it does with the bank. And no one can stop you sending that. No one even knows that you're sending it, So basically, you are in full control of your own wealth. And this is why crypto, especially Bitcoin, is very, very powerful, because it's putting wealth back in the hands of the people and not the elites and the banking systems and the governments. Now, this industry is a $50 billion industry, and over 10 billion has been paid out to miners in profits. And what this application does, it allows this very complex but very lucrative and profitable industry to be accessed through a simple application on the App Store. And this is why we have almost 30,000 members, over 150 countries around the world, benefiting from this application and making money on a daily basis from this. How does it work? So basically, whatever you invest into the mining power, approximately 90 days, give or take, some days, depending on the Bitcoin market, you will make 118%. So that basically means like your money back plus 18% on top. Now, you're not actually getting your money back because you're paying for computer power, but the output that you're getting is equivalent to getting your money back plus 18%. So this is basically 90-day cycles. And, once you've had that cycle and you've made your 118%, now you can choose to go back in for another 90 days or approximately 90 days and make the same return again. And you can primarily do this for around 4 times in a year, which means that you're going to be making up to 72% in a year. And this is without even the increase of the Bitcoin price. So just compare that, guys, to real estate, where you're making around 10 to 15% a year. Compare it to like stocks and shares, where you're making around 5 to 10% a year. We're talking about 18% in approximately 90 days, almost 72% a year. Okay, guys. So this is a great opportunity, and it doesn't lock your money in like when you buy a property and you have to go through legal actions and paperwork, and you have to wait for someone to buy it if you want to liquidate it. This is straight in and straight out. Now, to get involved in this, you need a license, which gives you access to the logistics of the application, just like you need a license to drive, and then you also need to put fuel in the tank to take you on the journey. So here you need a license, number one, and then whatever you invest into the mining power is what you're going to make the 118%, outcome of. Now, the licenses start from $100 up to $1,000. And basically, the bigger the license, the more money that you can invest into the mining power. So speak to the person that invited you on the call. Tell them how much you want to roughly invest, and they will point you to which license is more appropriate for you. As an example, if you're going to be spending less than $1,000, you go for a starter license of $100. If you're going to be spending anything over $1,000 up to around $4,000, you go for a premium. And if you want to spend more than $5,000, then you'd go for a platinum license. So the person who invited you will give you that direction. Now, it's very simple, guys. All you do is you go to the App Store, Google Play, you download the app, you register just with a name, email, phone number, and the country that you live in. You buy the license, you invest in the mining power, and you can use a Visa card, MasterCard, credit card, debit card, various different cryptocurrencies. And within 4 days, if you pay by crypto, you will be up and running and start making Bitcoin money on a daily basis. If you pay by bank, no problem, just a little bit longer wait, around 10 days, and you will be up and running and you'll start making money on a daily basis. Now, if that doesn't sound amazing enough, guys, and I know it does because we have over 70% of our members are just investors that basically sit back and let their money make them money, okay? But for the other 30% of our members, they are seeing a business within a business. They see an opportunity within an opportunity. And that basically is to help other people come to this program and to make money with them. Okay, so because you can make money by yourself or you can make money with people. Okay, me, I've got family and friends that I want to help. So I like to make money with people. And if you want to do that, you don't have to do that. If you do want to invite people to this, the company is going to pay you from part of their marketing and budgeting, costs, or what they have. They're going to pay you that for spreading the word of mouth, okay? Because this company, we don't advertise on TV or social media. We don't, pay for billboards or radio or anything like that. They have excess money that they can give to people like me and you for just spreading the word of mouth. And guys, look, we already do this anyway. We already tell people when we watch a good movie, when we go to a good salon or gym or, any type of restaurant or takeaway, we're always telling people about things that we experience in a positive way and even a negative way as well. We tell people. So why not get paid for it? Well, here you can get paid up to 4 different ways just by inviting someone to this program. And like I said, guys, this is not compulsory. You don't need to do this. But if you do it, just by chance or by mistake, or you're talking at work with the colleagues, or you're intentionally telling people about this, you're going to get paid for it. So how does it work? First of all, anybody you recommend to this program, they're going to need a license. So whether they buy the $100, $300 or $1,000 license, you are going to make a 10% instant bonus as soon as that person pays for their license. And this comes, directly into your wallet, and you can withdraw that whenever you like. And then we also have machines. So we have obviously powerful machines that do the verification and the mining process. And these machines are obviously very expensive. They pay people for around 4 to 5 years. And if someone wants to invest in a machine, a full machine, then you will also make a 5% instant bonus from that as well. But a lot of people, when they start off, they want to just go into the 90-day cycle, so they can test it out and see how it goes. And that's what we call stable cards or mining, cloud mining. And you will also get 5% instant bonus for however much money that people invest into the mining power through stable cards as well. Now, this is paid in USDT, which basically is like US dollars, and it's paid instantly, like I said. Then we have something called network volume. And when you can get paid from your network volume, but we need to know what contributes to the network volume first. So 100% of the value of the licenses contributes to the network volume. 10% of the full computer machines, goes towards the volume. So you can see here, a machine would cost $5,200. That means 10% of that, which is $520, goes towards your network volume, which I'm going to explain how you get paid on this on the next screen. And same with stable mining cards. If someone spends $2,000 in investing into the 90-day mining, then 10% of that, which is $200, goes towards the network volume. Now, how do you get paid from the network volume? Well, the company it gives you the opportunity to build a left and a right network. And you can call this a left and a right leg, a left and a right network, a left and a right team. It basically just means two networks. So let's say if I introduce my wife, she's one network. Let's say if I introduce my friend and he's my second network. And now you've got two networks. And through those people, you can build enormous amounts of networks. And what happens is, on a Monday morning, the company looks at how many sales have happened with the licenses, with any machines, with the stable cards. Whatever sales has been made from Monday to Monday, you will get paid 10% of the lesser volume of those networks. So here's an example. On your left network, you've got $80,000 worth of sales. On the right network, you've got $50,000 worth of sales. And this has not just come from you. This has come from you and your whole networks, okay? Whether that is one person, 10 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, you will have two networks. And whatever sales come through there, you're going to get paid 10% of the weaker amount. So here you can see 80,000 on the left, 50,000 on the right. 50,000 is obviously less than 80,000. So now on a Monday morning, you will get paid 10% of 50,000, which is a $5,000 bonus paid to you on a Monday morning before you even wake up, and you're smiling. And now then the 50,000 goes to zero because you've been paid on that. 50,000 minuses from the 80,000 because that was the stronger side, and it now goes down to 30K. And now whatever happens in sales on both sides again from Monday to Monday, the weaker side, you will get paid 10% of that as well. Now, think about this, guys. You might start off just referring one or two people, but every person that you refer to this also knows one or two people. Some people even know 50 people, 100 people, 1,000 people. In fact, most people in their phone books, they have over 100 people or contacts. So imagine when you start to refer one or two, three, four, five people, and they start to now do the same. This means that there's going to be sales made every single week. And this is going to be building up a big residual income over time for you if you was, to put a bit of effort in growing the network. Now, the next thing we have is what we call rank rewards. And this is like, a bit of recognition and a little bit of a prize. You can call it, some kind of targets to go towards. And these are not, monitored targets. You can get to these as fast or as slow as you want. But when you get there, you get extra earning potential, and you also get recognition as well. So the first position is star 600. This, all you need to do is have $600 worth of sales in your left and right network, which can come from licenses, machines, or stable mining cards. And now you will be recognized as a star 600, and you'll be able to earn up to 4 levels on what we call the grid bonus, which I'm going to talk about on the next screen. And this is just like, in a company, if you bring more value to a company, generally you get promoted to a supervisor, a manager, a director, and so on and so forth, and you generally make more money. Here, it's exactly the same thing. You can work your way up as fast or as slow as you want. No one can stop you. No one can hold you back. Everyone can get promoted. It's not only for certain people or certain genders or certain religions or whatever. Anybody can go up the plan as fast or as slow as you want. The next position, star 2000, you get $100 reward now for hitting this rank, and you now can make up to 6 levels of what we call the grid bonus that I'm going to show you on the next screen. Team coordinator, you get a $300 bonus, up to 8 levels. Team leader, 10 levels, 1K bonus. Regional director, 3K, up to 12 levels. And you can see you can go on and on and on, all the way up to icon, where you get a $300 reward on the first of the month. And now you can earn up to 20 levels on what we call the grid bonus. Now, why do we save the best for last? Because it is the best. And, grid bonus is really transforming people's lives. It's allowing people to even quit their jobs, retire their parents. And basically, this is real residual income. So how does it work? When I introduce somebody, that is what we call my grid level 1, okay? That they're a direct referral and they're my grid level 1. Now, when that person invests and they are going to make 118% of whatever they invest, they are happy and they're smiling. And the company is now going to pay me an extra 4% equivalent of the person's 118%. So let me give you a simple illustration with a calculator, for example. So let's say I introduce a friend And one of my friends, they basically, let's say they invest $5,000. Okay, that person is going to make 118%. So they're going to be happy. They're making $5,900 and they are nice. Now the company pays me equivalent 4% of that $5,900, which is $236. And it's not just one time, guys. It's every time they renew every 90 days. And believe me, 99.9% of people, they renew every single time, every single 90 days. Why? Because they're constantly making money. I started in January 2024. I've been constantly renewing every single time for over a year and a half now. Okay, so every person that comes on board, most of the times they will renew. So you will keep getting this 4% every single 90 days or whatsoever. Now that's level one. Now let's say I've invited my wife and she's my level one, but now my wife wants to invite her best friend. So her best friend comes into the business. That's my wife's level one, so she will get 4% equivalent of her friend's, earnings. And now I will make 2% of my wife's friend because that's my level two, okay? And it's very important, guys, that you understand that it's not coming from the person who invests. It's not coming from their money. The company pays you this extra out of their pocket, okay? So 2% on level two, and that's from, the equivalent of my wife's friend's investment now. And then level three is my wife's friend's friend or my wife's friend's referral, which will be level three. And you can get paid all the way down to 20 levels of grid bonus, okay? So my recommendation, guys, is invite as many people as you can on level one. Let's say you invite 10, 15, 20, 100 people on level one. Now imagine if each one of them just invite 2 people, not 10 like you did, just 2. So now your level 2 is going to be double of what you did on level 1, okay? And this is how the networks grow. So this is very exciting, guys. It's a payment that pays you every Wednesday. And, every single Wednesday, you're going to get more and more income coming into your wallets. So this is a real good residual income. So with this, guys, to summarize, this is an application that's already on the App Store. It's already on Google Play. It's already got around 30,000 members around the world that are already making money. We've had over 100,000 downloads of the application by now, I presume, but over 30,000 active members that are making money on a daily basis, where you can just download the application, simple registration within 5-10 minutes, set yourself up, invest with your bank or crypto, and within 4 to 10 days, start making money, passive income on a daily basis, around 118% in 90 days. If that is amazing for you and you want to tell other people, completely your choice. If you do, the company will pay you extra for helping the company grow. They'll pay you direct bonuses, network bonuses, rank rewards, and grid bonuses. And guys, we have people in this business that are earning over 100K a month. We have people that are earning $10,000 a month. We have people that are earning $100 a month. Whatever figure you want to get to, guys, it's up to you, but you will not do it by yourself. You're going to get support every step of the stage. We will hold your hand. We'll show you how to get started, answer every questions that you might have, every doubts, every questions, show you how to get started, introduce you to the mining community of thousands of people, and you'll have updates on a daily basis, and you won't be doing this by yourself, guys. We're a community making money together, changing the financial world together, and right now we're almost at around over 2% global mining domination with this application. And like I said in the beginning, this application is going to be on every single person's phone, but not every single person is going to be able to get involved in mining. Why? Because Bitcoin is limited. So guys, do not delay, do not procrastinate. It's like you've got a gold mine just come outside of your house. Eventually, if you leave it long enough, the gold's going to be gone. So guys, do not delay. Go back to the person that invited you. Ask them every single question. Do whatever research you need to do, but do not delay and start making money today. Thank you very much, guys. My name is Daniel Islam. You can catch me on all social media platforms. Thank you very much and take care.